have to get me some more like it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, believe it or not, this shirt used to be pitch black like that until I mistakenly put it in with some bleach on my whites.
Oh,
It turned all
that'll
the
do
whites
it.
black.
Oh yeah.
I made some other clothes look like they were basically from the flower power area out in the 60s.
Oh yeah. Accidental do-it-yourself tie-dye.
Yeah. Spokane Valley Mall. And by the way, I do have now my internet and TV, $79 a month for both.
Nice.
It's got a base package, so I now have A&E, and I was watching fresh new episodes of Airplane Repo earlier today.
Nice.
Talk about some dangerous work.
Oh yeah.
You never know when the airplane owner and airport security are going to be there to launch a sudden surprise on you.
Yep. So basically, get in, get airborne, deal with the wrestling.
Yep. You have to sneak into the office of the owner and get the logbooks before they can go.
That's right. I remember you saying you're not supposed to fly without it.
Yep. Signal, move into that lane, signal again, then move into the other lane. Yes, I would be making a stop on that Subaru up there for doing that.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah,
I
very.
especially like the old ones.
I like the ones from the 70s.
Yep. Fortunately, we haven't hit the heavy traffic yet.
Oh yeah, the I-90 parking lot.
Yep. Step it up a little more here.
Hello.
Good job on my part. That was beautiful.
Wow, yes. Way to be on top of it.
Yep.